guys, and welcome to another Gear His Garage production. In today's video, I know these past few videos have been a lot of junkyard and especially Jeep wheeling content, but in this episode, we're going to take a break from that and we're going to get back to the shopping rod build. In today's upload, we do an oil change on the motor. We finally get the motor solid mounted. The carburetor comes in, we get that installed, get it running, as well as we get our axle perches finalized. We get our axle and everything set up, as well as the chain drive. So a lot is happening in this upload, so y'all stay tuned. As you can see in this kit, it does come with the piston rings, piston, wrist pin, the wrist pin retaining clips, So I got the oil drained out of the motor. I still got to tighten up the drain plug. And if you look over there, the new carburetor came in like a week or so ago. But I was a bit tied up busy doing other things. So we have drained the oil out. That is what it looks like. Good old black stuff. And so let's get to put new oil in this thing and put a carburetor on it and get it mounted on the shopping rod. Alright, so guys, we've got fresh oil in it, and now I've got one of the gaskets on there and the other gasket laid out to go onto the air cleaner side of it. And I've got the new carburetor sitting right there, so let's go ahead and bolt her on. Alright, so guys, flash forward a few days, and the carburetor is on. I got the air box and everything put back on. Everything's set all back up the way it was. I did just bench test it, and it no longer has a really big dead spot at about half throttle. She's back to life again. So here in a minute, I'll get it started up, and I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Have a dead spot right here. It was bogged down, they didn't want to die. But now, none of that. It probably just ran itself out of gas because I didn't put very much in it. So let's put some more gas in it and fire it back up. So last video, we got the axle mocked up, and now as you can see, I have actually fabricated some axle perches. So this is 1 1/4 tubing, square tubing. I pretty much cut 1, 2, 3. I cut 4 of them, so there's 8 stacked on each side, or 4 on each side, 8 altogether. welded them up, and now they're going to be axle perches. So I've got these 2 holes drilled, and with pillow blocks. Now I've got to drill the other ones. I'm not going to be able to put the pillow blocks in the description because I can no longer find them by the brand that I found them by on Amazon. But I'll do my best to put a link in there to one similar if I can find any. But these are greasable pillow blocks. Unfortunately, Go Power Sports does not sell them. But it is what it is. You know how brands are on Amazon. Once they sell out, they sell out. But any rate, that happened. And so now I've just got to finish up this pillow block, and we're going to get the engine mounted in this video. So, it has been a day or so since I've worked on this, but as you can see, the axle itself has changed a little bit. We have gotten these 2 holes drilled. This actually flipped around so that bevel right there is the same as that for my OCD reasons. And as well as I have got these axle lock collars from Go Power Sports. Like say, all links to the parts from there will be in the description. Not sponsored by them whatsoever, but just if y'all want to check that out, go right ahead. We have another one right there, as well as we have this 60-tooth sprocket and a keyed brake drum. Not going to be doing brakes yet, but it's a part of the axle, so I figured might as well. I don't want to have to take this whole entire thing apart again, so I just included it in here. So, now, only thing we've got to really do, by the way, the engine is now hard mounted, and so which pretty much, that's pretty much level the way it is. Not level, lined up. But now we just got to get our chain and cut it to length, and we'll go from there. So it's been about an hour, and as you can see, it now has the chain on the sprocket. That is not a new chain. If you guys, OGs of this channel, if you guys remember the blue Baja mini bike that this came off of, these are actually the original chains. I was able to keep the chains off of it. The buddy only wanted the frame. So I was able to keep, like say, the engine as well as like all the drive components. So I was able to make the original chain work, which is I think a 40 or a 41 chain. It's really not much of a difference between the two. I think one of them's a little thicker spaced out than the other, but they both have 1/2-inch pitches, so those will work. I had to scoot the engine back about a 1/2 inch, but it tightened up really nicely, and I actually just got done running it. And I will crank it up for you real quick and let you see that the chain really doesn't have much slop in it. It's straight. I was revving it up a little bit to get the clutch going to where I could check the straightness of the sprocket as well as the chain. And so far, so good. I have not had any problems with it popping off. Of course, this is it free spinning. It will be a whole nother ball game when I actually get to hopefully ride this thing here in the near future. So now I am looking at, this is pretty much my view angle, and now I'm kind of debating, thinking about exhaust here. What do I want to do with the exhaust? I thought originally about leaving it just like it is. My other thought, see, I had 3 thoughts, maybe 4. First thought was to just say to heck with it and leave it like it is. Second thought, which I know is not going to happen, is taking that main piece right there off, having a little nipple coming off of that with a right angle, and coming out over the chain, down, and making a curve to like a side exit. I'm scratching that idea because, well, I don't know about you guys, but that's just too freaking complicated. I want something simple. My third thought is Go Power Sports actually sells a 212 header that comes out here, loops around, and goes straight out the center. And I say center because the way the header pipe is designed is it's centered right in the middle of the engine. So not this way, but it goes like that, and it goes straight back. That's a very big possibility. Or what I could do is I could take that piece off, and what I could do is I could find me a bigger piece, go up, potentially bend it if I can find the right the right angle, and pretty much take it like that, go over the axle, and then have a right angle bend, an elbow, and pretty much straight axle dump it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. So that's the yeah, I think that's 4. Yeah, that's our 4 options. Well, really 3, because we scrapped the second one. But that's what we're thinking about now. I am really glad that this setup ended up working out. Which is a perfect stopping place for today's video because we are about out of time. So guys, I hope you guys are liking the progress on this build. I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I'd highly appreciate it. If you're stopping in for the first time, please consider subscribing, for more updates and builds and all kinds of other whatever we get into. And yeah, till next time, your His Garage out.